안녕하세요. 아틀란타 하는 여러분, 부동산 전문인 장희정입니다. 코로나 바이러스가 수그러들 기미를 안 보이고 있습니다. 특히 우리 조지아주에서는 아틀란타 주변에 있는 카운티에서 많이 발생하고 있죠. 아직도 많은 분들이 마스크를 착용 안 하시는데요. 다른 분들 눈치 보지 마시고 꼭 나가셔야 할 때는 마스크를 착용하시길 바랍니다. 오늘은 요즘 많은 분들이 물어보시는 질문, 앞으로 미국 경제가 2008년 금융위기를 되풀이할지에 대해서 알아보겠습니다. When we think of recession, we automatically think of 2008. It's because it's still fresh in our memories, and it was a relatively recent event for most of us. But fortunately, what we're going through now is nothing like 2008. Actually, if you really want to compare now to anything, you should compare it to 9/11. Both COVID-19 and 9/11 shock has created fear and anxiety in general public. People avoided crowds then to avoid another attack, acting the same way now to avoid getting sick. And same part of the economy is being affected then as now, like airlines, leisure hospitality, restaurants, entertainment, all these discretionary spending that consumers have. What I'm trying to say is that what we're going through right now, like 9/11, is an event crisis or event cycle. It's not a crash in our financial systems. One of the reasons why 2008 financial crisis was so devastating, aside from bad lending choices, was because back then we were pulling equity out of our houses like as if there's no tomorrow. We were actually using our homes like ATMs. We pulled money out of appreciating asset and spent it on lavish vacations, new cars, and other things that ultimately depreciated in value. We actually took out over a 3-year period $824 billion in home equity. Right now, in the last 3-year period, we've only took out $232 billion. $232 billion sounds like a lot of money, but comparing it to $824 billion before the crash of 2008, it's only a fraction. It's $500 billion less. And also now, 37% of the homes in this country have no mortgages on them. So these people will not run into any money challenge. And remaining 63%, quarter of them have more than 50% equity. So overall, over 50% of the houses in our country today have more than 50% equity in their homes. So even if there's a dip in price, housing market can withstand it this time. 2008, we couldn't do that. We all learned from 2008. Government response was much too late last time in 2008. This time, they're jumping right at it. Federal Housing Administration, FHA, indicated that it's enacting an immediate foreclosure and eviction moratorium for single-family homeowners with FHA-insured mortgages for at least the next 60 days. And FHFA, Federal Housing Financial Agency, announced it's directing Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to suspend foreclosures and evictions for at least 60 days. And if you're able to calculate, about 9 out of 10 homes in this country are covered under these new moratorium policies. 2008 recession took us 5-6 years to recover. And yes, COVID-19 caused many shutdowns, record high unemployment, and loss of productivity. But financial companies are saying we expect to snap back immediately once we pass the peak of this outbreak. Because again, this is not a system collapse. It's an episode like 9/11. Yes, lots of people lost their jobs, but once all this passed, people will be rushing out to spend money. They're going to want to eat at restaurants. They're going to want to shop and travel. And all the people that lost their jobs are going to have to rush back because demand is rushing back. Here's what Wells Fargo said in quote unquote. We don't expect to repeat severe recession of 2008 and 2009 because the virus and oil shocks are not endemic to the financial systems, but are rather external. Once the virus infection rate peaks, we expect recovery to gain momentum into the final quarter of the year and especially into 2021. We started out with good economy. We started out with the rising wages and lower downturn of interest rates. We were seeing payment as a percentage of income where the historical norm is 21.2%, but we were at 14.8%. After the outbreak of COVID-19, our country's economy was simply put on pause. So how can we unpause it? Well, obviously when we recover from COVID-19. And we all have to take part in making this happen. We have to stay at home, practice social distancing, wash our hands often, and wear a mask or anything that's substitutable. Only when we do this together, we can overcome this adversity. Well, this is all I have for you today, and I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions to what I mentioned today or anything real estate related, you can always give me a holler. Hope you stay safe and healthy, and see you next time. Goodbye.